3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the next truest English lesson. And we are practicing English on level B6, it will be level B2. And yeah, but actually doesn't matter what level is it. If it's new stuff, we have the same process of learning. This one thing, and another thing, and what I experience right now is everything seems to be easy when you open the book and when you see these words and sentences. Everything is easy. Oh, it's so easy, and you read it 3 times and oh, so easy. But at the time you close it and you hear it only, and you have to understand it and say it. It's like, oh my gosh, I've never heard these words and these sentences. What are you asking me? Like, it's completely different learning, and because you want to speak fluently English, we are learning this way. Even if I'm not a guy who learns through hearing, I'm learning through a visual guy, and so it will be good for me to read it, but no, it's a different story. I needed to quickly understand it and answering it, and that's why we're practicing is this way. Okay.
Okay, so for today we're going to do revision for unit 28 and then new lesson unit 29 and then dictation. Okay, so let's start. Lean, lint, lent.
Lint, lent, lent, or lint, lint also.
Lean,
Lean,
lent.
lint, lent, lent, opierać się.
Leaning.
Leaning, pochyły.
Lean on.
Lean on, mieć oparcie w kimś.
Very good. Angle.
On go.
Angle.
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 Ankle. Kąt.
Are passengers allowed to lean out of a window on a train? Are passengers allowed to lean out of a window on a train?
No, passengers aren't allowed to lean out of the window on a train.
What do you need to do with a ladder before you can climb it? What do you need to do with a ladder before you can climb it?
I need to lean the ladder against the wall before I can climb on it.
Yeah, climb it. Okay,
Climb
very
it.
good. Who can you lean on in case you need help? Who can you lean on in case you need help?
I can lean on my family in case I need help.
Okay, do you know what angle the Leaning Tower of Pisa leans at? Do you know what angle the Leaning Tower of Pisa leans at?
Yes, I know what's the leaning angle of a leaning tower of Pisa leans at. It's 4 degrees.
Okay, very good. What's a right angle?
Right angle is 90 degrees.
Very good. Curse?
Curse, przeklinać.
Swear, sworn.
Swear, sworn, przeklinać, przysięgać. Przysięgać, przeklinać.
Okay. Oath?
Oath, przysięga.
Swear and oath.
Swear an oath, przysięgać chyba na Biblię, czyli przysięgać w sądzie.
Are the words curse and swear similar in meaning? Are the words curse and swear similar in meaning?
Yes, the words curse and sworn are similar in meaning.
What do some of us do when we hit our foreheads on a cupboard drawer? What do some of us do when we hit our foreheads on a cupboard drawer?
When we hit our forehead against a cardboard drawer, we curse in Poland.
What animals do you think are a real curse? What animals do you think are a real curse?
I think ants, rats, and this in gardens there are some are real cause.
Uh-huh.
In gardens,
Some insects. Which ones
no,
are you
no,
talking
no,
about?
insects, but
It's a type of an insect, right?
mole.
Ah,
Moles
uh-huh.
are the real cause.
Mhm. I see. Have you ever cursed yourself for not buying something which was a real bargain? Have you ever cursed yourself for not buying something which was a real bargain?
Yes, I cursed myself for not buying something what was a real bargain. Which was a real bargain.
Mm-hmm. Why shouldn't we swear in front of children? Why shouldn't we swear in front of children?
We should swear. We shouldn't swear in front of children because they copy us.
Yeah, they copy us.
And swear too.
What do people swear when they're getting married? What do people swear when they're getting married?
People swear to love each other forever when they're getting married.
Excellent. Excellent. Here they just say love each other, but forever. Excellent. Are witnesses in court required to swear an oath? Are witnesses in court required to swear an oath?
Yes, witnesses in court are required to swear an oath.
Very good. Give me an example of a sentence beginning with I could have sworn. Give me an example of a sentence beginning with I could have sworn.
I could have sworn I switched the light off before I left home.
Okay. In the Middle Ages, the people believed that certain places were cursed. In the Middle Ages, the people believed that certain places were cursed.
Yes, in the Middle Ages, some people believed that some places were cursed.
Excellent. Inner
wewnętrzny, outer zewnętrzny, layer warstwa, pastry ciasto,
apple pie
jabłecznik,
lasagna.
lasagna.
Okay. What does the inner layer of an apple pie consist of? What does the inner layer of an apple pie consist of?
The inner layer of apple pie consists of
Baked
apples.
Excellent. Do we use pastry as the outer layer, covering the bottom, sides, and the top of an apple pie? Do we use pastry as the outer layer, covering the bottom, the top, and the sides of an apple pie?
Yes, we use pastry as an outer layer or covering the bottom, sides, and the top of a cake.
Yeah, apple pie.
Apple pie.
What's lasagna? What's lasagna?
Lasagna is a traditional Italian food dish that consists of meat, vegetables, pastry. No. Layers of some
cheese.
Cheese. Yes. Sauce. Okay.
Can a clear conscience often give us a sense of inner calm? Can a clear conscience often give us an inner sense of calm?
Yes. Oh, once again.
Sorry. Can a clear conscience often give us a sense of inner calm?
Yes, the clear conscience gives us the sense of inner calm.
Excellent. How many layers of clothing do you wear in winter? How many layers of clothing do you wear in winter?
I wear 3 layers of clothing in winter.
What will soon cover furniture if we don't wipe it with a cloth from time to time? What will soon cover furniture if we don't wipe it with a cloth from time to time?
If we a layer of dust,
Will soon cover.
Will soon cover the furniture if we don't wipe it with a cloth from time to time.
Excellent. A shawl. A shawl.
A shawl upewniać. A shawl zapewniać. A shawl zagwarantować. Okej, zapewniać, zagwarantować.
In shawl.
In shawl.
In shawl.
In shawl upewniać. In shawl upewniać.
Huge.
Huge, olbrzymi.
Before you leave on a holiday, do you ensure that all the lights, the cooker and the gas stove are switched off? Before you leave on a holiday, do you ensure that all the lights, the cooker and the gas stove are switched off?
Yes, if I leave on holiday, I ensure that a gas, light, stove are switched off.
Are switched off. Very good. Does a fastened seatbelt ensure your safety in the case of a crash? Does a fastened seatbelt ensure your safety in case of a crash?
Yes, a fastened seatbelt ensures that
my safety.
Ensures my safety in case of a car crash.
Very good. What do doctors assure patients of before an operation? What do doctors assure patients of before an operation?
Doctors assure patients that everything will be alright.
That they will do their best.
They will do their best before an operation.
Very good. What often assures a huge box office success of a film? What often assures a huge box office success of a film?
A huge box office success and show big film stars and
How do you construct a sentence? Can I get the sentence?
So once again.
What often assures a huge box office success of a film? Start with the answer directly. An excellent
an excellent film director and famous actors and show the huge box office success of a film.
Excellent.
Yes.
Simple. Very good. In case of failure, should parents always assure their children that everything will be alright? In case of failure, should parents always assure their children that everything will be alright?
Yes, in case of failure, parents should assure their children that everything will be okay.
Assure.
Assure.
Assurer. It's more like in French. Rail.
Rail poręcz.
Railing.
Railing poręcz.
Handrail.
Handrail poręcz.
Yeah, banister.
Banister poręcz.
Chain.
Chain łańcuch albo łańcuchować, czyli przymocowywać łańcuchem.
Where do you find railings? Where do you find railings?
I find railings around parks, ships and steep slopes.
Yeah,
in the mountains.
Yeah, in the mountains near steep slopes. Very good. What do you hold on to when you climb the stairs? What do you hold on to when you climb the stairs?
I hold onto a railing when
handrail
when I
banister.
Banister. Okay, handrail or banister when I climb the stairs.
Very good. Did you use to slide down the banister when you were a child? Did you use to slide down the banister when you were a child?
No, I didn't use to slide slide down.
Slide down.
Slide down the banister when I was a child.
Very good. Have you ever heard about a child who got his head stuck in the railings? Have you ever heard about a child who got his head stuck in the railings?
No, I've never heard about a child who
Who got
his head stuck
mm-hmm.
in the railings.
Very good. Why do people chain their bikes to park railings? Why do people chain their bikes to park railings?
People chain their bikes to park railings so that
They don't be stolen. Mm-hmm. Very good. What could happen if someone leaped out too far over a railing above a steep slope? What could happen if someone leaned out too far over a railing above a steep slope?
If someone leaned out too far out of over a railing at above a steep slope may fall down.
Yeah, he or she may fall down. They may fall down. You lose balance and fall down.
They may lose balance and fall down.
Do hip hop singers wear heavy gold chains? Do hip hop singers wear heavy gold chains?
Yes, hip hop singers wear heavy gold chains.
Very good. Track.
Tractor. Platform, peron. Compartment, przedział. Carriage, wagon. Announce, ogłoszenie.
What do you need
to announce or unannounce?
No, announce.
Announce, zawiadomić. To announce.
Yeah.
To announce.
Okay. What do you need to know to find your seat on a train? What do you need to know to find your seat on a train?
I need to know the number of compartment and carriage to find my seat on a train.
Very good. Do you prefer a smoking or non-smoking compartment? Do you prefer a smoking or a non-smoking compartment?
No, I think I can prefer only non-smoking compartment.
Where do you get on and off a train at a railway station? Where do you get on and off a train at a railway station?
I can get on and off a train on a platform at the station.
At the railway station.
At the railway station.
Very good. What information do passengers find on a train timetable besides the time trains arrive and depart from the station? What information do passengers find on the train timetable besides the train time arrives and depart from the station?
Passengers get
find.
Passengers can find on the timetable.
On train timetable.
Or train timetable arrivals and departures.
Besides. Arrivals and departures.
Okay.
Since you want to make it small, so besides arrivals and departures.
So passengers can find on the timetable.
Train timetable.
Beside arrivals and departures, also a platform and track number.
Excellent.
Yes.
What's usually announced? What is usually announced a few minutes before the arrival of a train? What is usually announced a few minutes before the arrival of a train?
Okay. Few minutes before arrival of a train is announced the number of platform and maybe sometimes the track.
You can say the track or the platform is announced, because to say is announced, the track.
The platform, usually platform and the track number is announced before the arrival of a train.
Very good. Excellent. So it's your time to ask me questions. You can use, let's see, pastry.
pastry. Pastry. Pastry. And was lasagna was pastry? It was about pastry? No, it was about apple pie.
Or you can talk about any cake.
Any cake. Is it necessary to have to prepare a pastry when you bake a cake?
Yeah, it's very much necessary to prepare a pastry when you bake a cake because you need it to cover the top layers and the bottom and the sides of the cake.
Mm-hmm.
So, a show.
Eszo zapewnić. No, zapewnić. Eszo zapewnić. Enszo upewnić. Enszo. Enszo zapewnić. And this is about doctors and so ensure and parents can ensure. Yes. Ensure. And can you show me that I will be speaking fluently English?
Yes, I can assure you that after this lesson that you'll be speaking English fluently.
Okay.
Let's see. Ask me a question with lean on.
Lean on. Yes. Are there people at the school that you can lean on? Are there people
Out there?
Are there? Yes.
Mhm.
Are there people at the school that you can lean on?
At the school? Like
Yeah.
you mean at the university? You mean?
At this school.
Oh, here, you mean at work?
Maybe other lectors, you know, no. you don't know too much.
Lean on, it's a
Lean
big
on,
word.
Big word.
Yeah. Lean, it's a big word. I would say, yeah, there's some people I can probably
Yeah.
ask questions, count on.
Okay.
Count on. Probably Romina because we talk a lot, yeah.
That you can probably lean on.
No, lean on, it's a big word.
Big
Because
word,
to
okay.
lean on someone, it's a big word. I would say probably, yeah, someone I know I can ask some questions, can some easy help. But lean on, it's big. It's like, yeah, depend on a person, they be there for you, yeah. Lean on, it's a big one. Yeah. So, last question, swear an oath. Swear an oath.
Swear an oath. Let me check it. Because it's.
To swear an oath, it's usually
Swear.
used in code.
Yeah, I'm just like thinking.
You mean in Polish?
Yeah, in Polish or only in court.
Because to swear an oath, it's usually, unless you have a secret circle where you have to swear, like it's some like mystic get together or sorority or those kind of groups, yeah. You swear an oath is usually not used anywhere else. It's usually in court.
Swear off. Składać przysięgę. Swear off. Okay, no, is ślubować.
Like it means what?
Okay. It's maybe also before presidents are elected, they also swear an oath.
When you get sworn into office, I get what you mean.
As I see in this dictionary, it's also probably this.
Yeah, you can also.
Składać przysięgę.
Swear an oath. Yeah, because usually they don't use it because they say the president is swearing in. Well, yeah.
Before you get.
Usually they say the swearing in of a president. We usually don't say swear an oath. We usually just say the swearing in of the president. Yeah, the president is being sworn in. Yeah, like we don't use swear. The president is swearing an oath. No, it's swearing in only.
Swearing it, okay. Following what's in this dictionary and
would want to say?
Do people at universities swear an oath to be a good student?
No.
No.
For example, you can ask to join a sorority, do you do swear an oath? Do you swear an oath or some? No, but again, that also doesn't. In a sorority, yeah, they have a strict oath.
Okay. Do people swear an oath
Usually in court.
the court not to lie in front of the judge?
Yeah. Yeah, people swear an oath to only tell the truth in front of the court.
Only telling the truth. Yes, they usually in American films that to swear an oath to tell the truth and only truth. Yeah.
So you see, like usually you say, what's the president swearing in ceremony? Who swears in the president? Here they also say off of the office of the president of the United States. But yeah, but usually they say the swearing in of the president is being sworn in. Yeah, usually. Yeah, we just don't say swear the oath, though it's an oath to the people, to the country, to the citizens. Yeah, it would make sense either way. Yeah. So last one, banister.
Banister. Is there a banister in the storehouse of the school that you can lean on?
Is there a banister?
Banister in the stairs house at the school that you can
stairs
that you can lean on. That you can hand. I don't know.
Okay, you can say, is there a banister on, for example, in this building, you lean on. Because basically, the banister, it's around the stairs for you to lean on. So
I know banister, no.
It's like a handrail. It's the same.
The rail is around.
It's like a handrail, so it will definitely be around stairs.
But the synonym of banister is handrail. Yeah.
It's handrail. They're similar. Usually, yeah. Most Americans, they usually use banister instead of handrail. Yeah, so the banister is usually around stairs. I don't mean you need to say to lean on when you go out. No.
Well, when you can.
You can hold on to.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on
to.
Yeah.
So is there a banister that you can hold on to at school? In the stairs?
Okay, on the stairs, yeah. Yeah, there's no banister actually.
Yeah.
There's no banister. And the stairs here, you can hold on to. Very good. So we can continue with unit 29. Estimate, estimation, estimate, and estimation. Estimate, we've already said this, but it's okay. Estimate.
To estimate, yes.
Oceniać.
Okay, translate. To estimate, oceniać.
Okay, estimate.
An estimate. An estimate. Ocena.
Estimation.
An estimation. Yes, estimation. An estimation. Mniemanie, szacunek, estimation. Estimation, zdanie. Zdanie, estimation, ocena. I think it will be ocena.
An estimate and estimation. Okay. Go up and down in somebody's estimation. Go up and down in somebody's estimation. Could be more or less respected by somebody.
But
how can you say it in
estimation, mniemanie. zyskiwać lub tracić w czymś mniemaniu. Let me check. Because there was not up and down, but I found odczuciu. Like in Polish, they translate this like feeling.
Yeah.
Going up and down, like in somebody's. How do you feel in like something?
Yeah.
But I think
Also in
thinking.
English. Also if you use it, because I have hold a very high estimation for that person. It's also like high estimation for the person. Yeah.
Ocena. Ocena, zdanie, mniemanie, odczucie.
Okay.
Ocena, mniemanie, zdanie, odczucie. Okay.
So let's start. At a rough estimate, how much time do you need to finish this stage? At a rough estimate, how much time do you need to finish this stage?
At a rough estimate, I need about 5 lessons to finish this stage.
Okay, excellent. Is it easy to estimate the future value of shares? Is it easy to estimate the future value of shares?
Yes, it's easy to estimate a future value of a share.
Yeah, shares.
Of shares.
How many people do you estimate suffer from famine in Africa? How many people do you estimate suffer from famine in Africa?
I estimate that over 3.5 million people suffer from famine in Africa.
In your estimation, who's been the best prime minister in your country? In your estimation, who's been the best prime minister in your country?
In my estimation, John Smith was the best president. Has been the best prime minister of this country.
Okay, what does a person have to do to go down in your estimation? What does a person have to do to go down in your estimation?
The person has to swear a lot.
Really?
To go down in my estimation.
Really?
Swear.
Really?
Yeah.
A person that swears a lot.
Yeah, swears a lot. It goes down in my estimation.
No, it has to be deeper than that. Because if you say somebody goes down in your estimation, okay, because just they swear, don't you swear?
Yeah, but
exactly.
A lot, like, let me...
Okay, you may lose respect for them. Think more of it as in Polish, like to go down in your estimation. Like you feel disappointed, you lose respect for the person. Yeah, okay, swear, I'll keep swearing. Fine, okay. Permit.
Permit.
No, permit. Permit, not permit. Permit. They're two different. Permit. First permit.
Permit.
Yeah, for example, like a car permit.
Permit. A permit. Yes. Pozwolenie.
Leave.
Pozwolić. To.
Permit. Does permit. Permit, like a car permit, like I don't know, a driver's license permit, and then permit to permit someone to do something, to permit, and then permit as a noun.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand. Let me go slowly.
And then
permit.
Permit.
And then permit.
Permit. To permit. Yes.
To permit, exactly. To permit. Start with permit. To permit somebody to do something.
To permit, pozwalać.
And then permit, just a car driver's license permit.
Permit, pozwolenie.
Okay, very good. Are there fewer public places where smoking's permitted nowadays than there used to be? Why?
Once again.
They wrote it badly. Are there fewer public places where smokings are permitted nowadays than they used to be? And why?
Yes, there are public places.
There are fewer public places.
There are few public places where smoking is permitted
nowadays.
Yes.
Than they was.
There are few public places where smoking is permitted nowadays.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, than before, than it used to be. Why?
Why? Because it's forbidden to smoke everywhere.
Yeah, because because you're comparing now and before. Now there are fewer public places that permit people to, to be smoking, where it's allowed to smoke basically. So more than before. So why are they fewer now? Because people are more aware of the dangers of smoking.
Okay, that's the idea. And there's this idea to use the word permit in the answer. Why?
Because it's permitted. No,
it's just a general answer.
Yeah, it's a general answer. Because are there fewer? So comparison, fewer. Are there fewer public places where smoking is permitted nowadays than they used to be?
Yes, there are fewer places where public places where smoking is permitted
than
used to be.
Why?
Why? Because in general it's
because people now are more aware of the dangers of smoking.
People are aware of dangers of smoking
nowadays. They are more aware of it than they used to, right?
Yeah, but because it's forbidden, the law to smoke everywhere.
Or because the law has been enforced. Yeah, you can also say that because the laws have been enforced against
allowed
smoking.
to smoke everywhere. That's why there are fewer places where you can smoke. But
So the laws of that has been enforced compared to before. What permits you to access files on your computer? What permits you to access files on your computer?
Passwords permits me to access my computer. Computer files.
Yeah, okay. What permits you to access files on your computer?
Password permits me to access files on my computer.
Excellent. Yeah. What buildings are we usually not permitted to take photographs of? What buildings are we usually not permitted to take photographs of?
We are not allowed to take photographs. We are not permitted to take photographs of
buildings,
of public, or military buildings.
Okay, for example, military buildings. How old must a man and a woman be before they're permitted to get married? How old must a man and a woman be before they are permitted to get married?
A man or a woman
must
be at least 18 to
before
they are permitted to get married.
Excellent.
Yes.
Do you need a permit? Do you need a permit to park your car in a place for a disabled? Do you need a permit to park your car in the place for the disabled?
Yes, I need a permit to park my car for in a place for disabled.
What do citizens of a foreign country need to work abroad? What do citizens of a foreign country need to work abroad?
Citizens of a foreign country need a permit.
A work.
To work abroad.
Yeah, need a work.
Okay, once again.
What do citizens of a foreign country need to work abroad?
Citizens of a foreign country need a work permit to work abroad.
Excellent, very good. Seize, grasp, grab, grip, extend, grip, grab, grasp, seize. Seize.
Seize.
Say something. You can translate.
Oh, I can repeat.
You can only repeat it. Okay, seize.
Seize.
Grasp.
Grasp.
Grab.
Grab.
Grip.
Grip.
Extend.
Extend. Okay.
So seize. You can translate.
Seize.
To
Chwycić.
seize.
Seize. Chwycić.
Grasp.
Grasp. Chwycić.
Grab.
Grab. Chwycić.
Perfectly. Grip.
Grip. Chwyt. I chwycić.
Extend.
Extend.
Stop.
Extend. Stopień, rozmiar. Extend. Stopień, rozmiar. Okay. Extend. Stopień. Extend.
Seize means to take something in a sudden and often a violent way. It's similar in the meaning to the word grab or grasp, and grip means to hold on to something firmly or tightly. So if I have a hold grip on your hand, yeah, I'm holding tightly and firmly on your hand, basically. Do some people become rich because they can recognize the opportunity, seize it, and develop it to the fullest extent? Do some people become rich because they can recognize the opportunity, seize it, and develop it to the fullest extent?
Yes, rich people.
Some people
become rich because they see
they can
recognize
The
the opportunity to
seize it
seize it,
and
extend,
develop it to the full
extent. Okay, but I know
we'll get back to it.
I know it's hard to build a sentence with something so this way. Okay.
So you recognize the opportunity, you seize it,
Yeah.
and you develop it to the fullest
Yeah.
extent. What do you think the expression "seize the day" means? What do you think the expression "seize the day" means?
The expression "seize the day" means that you
Enjoy the moment.
enjoy the moment. So
Yeah. Live in the moment. Not to worry about the future. Seize the day. Yeah. Live in the moment. Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
Okay, let's enjoy the moment of every day.
Because it's almost like live in the moment. Don't think about the future. Don't worry about the future. Just today. Do bald tires ensure a firm grip on slippery conditions? Do bald tires ensure a firm grip in slippery conditions?
Yes, no. Bald tires don't ensure a firm grip on a slippery in slippery conditions.
Yeah, don't ensure a firm grip. Okay. Do some people become rich because they can recognize the opportunity, seize it, and develop it to the fullest extent? Some people become rich because they can recognize an opportunity, seize it, and develop it to its fullest extent.
Yes, some people become rich because they see the they can recognize the opportunity, seize it, and extend it to the develop to the extent to the fullest extent. Okay. Yes. Okay.
The Germans seized control of almost all of Europe during World War II. The Germans seized control of almost all of Europe during World War II.
Yes, the Germans seized control almost all Europe during the Second World War.
Very good. Would a glass bottle probably break if it slipped from your grasp and fell on the floor? Would a glass bottle probably break if it slipped from your grasp and fell on the floor?
Yes, the glass bottle of water will fall
will probably break.
Will probably break if
It
it
slipped
slipped out
from. No, it slipped
from my
grasp.
grasp.
And
Grasp what? Grasp hand?
no, grasp. It's
Grasp.
like when you
From my grasp
you
and
hold and
fell on.
and fell
Fell
down.
down.
And fell down.
Okay.
We'll repeat it later. If you slipped on wet stairs, what could you greet to save yourself from falling down the stairs? If you slipped on the wet stairs, what could you greet to save yourself from falling down the stairs?
If I slipped on wet
Stairs.
I could
Greet.
greet banister, yes.
Yeah.
Banister to save myself from falling down
In the stairs.
in the stairs.
Down the stairs. No,
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. So would a glass bottle probably break if it slipped from your grasp and fell on the floor? Would a glass bottle probably break if it slipped from your grasp and fell to the floor?
Yes, the glass of
The glass bottle
the glass bottle would probably break if it slipped from my grip and
your grasp.
and fell down.
Mm-hmm. Very good. When you shake hands with a person, do you prefer it when his grasp is cool and firm? When you shake hands with a person, do you prefer it when his grasp is cool and firm?
Yes, if I shake hands with somebody, I prefer that his grasp is cool and firm.
Excellent. Do dogs sometimes grab food and run away? Do dogs sometimes grab food and run away?
Oh, this is nice. Yes, dogs grab food and run away.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah, grab food and run away. Okay. Has anyone ever tried to grab your mobile phone in the street? Has somebody ever tried to grab your phone or your mobile phone in the street?
No, never.
Nobody.
Nobody has tried to grab my mobile phone and run away.
In the street?
In the street.
Yeah. After you have finished this course, will you have a good grasp of English? After you have finished this course, will you have a good grasp of English?
Yes, if I... After I finish this course, I will have a good grasp of English.
Excellent. If you want to climb a tall ladder, must you grasp it with both hands? If you want to climb a tall ladder, must you grasp it with both hands?
Yes, if I want to climb a tall ladder, I need to grasp it with both hands.
Do all people grasp the importance of a good education? Do all people grasp the importance of a good education?
No, not people.
All people, not all people.
Not all people grasp the importance of good education.
Excellent.
Okay.
Very
yes.
good. Scatter. Sow, sowed, sown. Sow, sowed, sown. And scatter. So you can repeat. Scatter. Sow, sowed, sown.
Sowed.
No, sown.
Sown.
At the end. Very good. Sow the seeds of doubt. Sow the seeds of doubt. You can translate in Polish like how similar can it be?
Sow the seeds of doubt, zasiać ziarno niepewności.
Very good. Is glass seed sown in rows? Is glass seed sown in rows.
No, grass is not.
Grass seed. Seed.
Grass seed.
Isn't.
A grass seed isn't
Sown.
sown in rows, but is scattered
Oh, yeah, all over the ground.
over the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Our stars scattered all over the sky. Our stars scattered all over the sky.
Yes, stars scattered
Are.
scattered all over the sky.
Yeah. How can you sow the seeds of doubt in someone? How can you sow the seeds of doubt in someone?
I can sow the seeds of doubt in someone by saying, "Are you sure?"
By asking them constantly.
By asking them constantly, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, because you have to say, "Are you sure?" all the time. Accompany. 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 Accompany.
Accompany.
Accompany. Like a. Accompany.
Accompany.
Accompany. Accompany someone. Okay.
Yeah.
Accompany.
Accompany towarzystwo.
Okay. No, accompany.
To accompany towarzyszyć.
No, exactly. Towarzysze. Very good. During a thunderstorm, what's the stroke of lightning accompanied by? During a thunderstorm, what's the stroke of lightning accompanied by?
During the thunderstorm, stroke is
of lightning. Stroke of lightning.
A stroke of lightning is accompanied by thunder.
The roll of thunder.
The roll of thunder. Okay.
Must children always be accompanied by adults when crossing the streets? Must children always be accompanied by adults when crossing the streets?
Yes, children must be accompanied.
Always be.
Children always
must always
be accompanied by adults by crossing the street.
When crossing the street.
Very
good. Do some dishes taste better if accompanied by wine? Do some dishes taste better if accompanied by wine?
Yes, some dishes taste better when they accompanied by wine.
Very good. Grant, reward, aid, first aid kit, equipment, fire extinguisher, take it for granted, grant, reward, aid, first aid kit, equipment, fire extinguisher. So grant.
Grant.
So a grant and to grant.
A grant to grant. Nagroda. Dotacja, nagroda.
Very good. Reward.
Reward, nagroda.
And to reward.
To reward, nagradzać.
Aid.
Aid, pomoc.
First aid kit.
First aid kit, apteczka.
Equipment.
Equipment, wyposażenie.
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, gaśnica.
Take it for granted.
Take it for granted, uznać za pewnik. Przyjąć za rzecz oczywistą.
So a grant is money received from the government or an organization for a particular purpose. They received a such grant for $1.5 million. We receive a reward for something good we have done. The best students have been rewarded with books. So a grant is money received from organizations or government for a particular purpose. What's the difference between a grant and a reward? What's the difference between a grant and a reward?
A grant is money that you get from a government or organization for particular reason,
Mhm.
and award is just award.
A reward, and then we
Reward.
receive a reward.
We receive a reward for doing something well.
Yeah, good. Because doing something good. Okay, does the government grant financial aid to unemployed? Does the government grant financial aid to the unemployed?
Yes, government grants financial help for unemployed.
I don't want you, instead of help, financial?
Financial aid for unemployed.
The private institutions sometimes grant money in aid of medical research. The private institutions sometimes grant money in aid of medical research.
Yes, some private institutions grant money for
In
Yes.
aid
in aid of medical research.
Very good. Do people sometimes offer a reward for help in finding a missing dog?
Yes, some people offer a reward for finding a missing dog.
For help in finding a missing dog. Have you ever received a reward for excellent marks at school?
No, I've never received a reward for excellent marks at school.
What kind of things do children take for granted? What kind of things do children take for granted?
Children take for granted that parents love them.
Or will always be around? On both. What kind of, do some of us take having a supply of oil for granted? Do some of us take having a supply of oil for granted?
Yes, some people take for granted having oil. Having supply of oil.
Excellent. Give me an example of an essential piece of equipment in a vehicle. Give me an example of an essential piece of equipment in a vehicle.
An essential piece of equipment in a vehicle is, for example, spare wheel and first aid kit.
Very good.
And fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
Extinguisher.
Very good. Excellent. It's your turn to ask me questions. First aid kit. First aid kit.
Do people in your country have to have in the car first aid kit and fire extinguisher?
It's a must that you must have
Yes.
in your car. Fire extinguisher and fire extinguisher, spare wheel, usually first aid kit. Yeah, they might say it in paper, but it's okay. They won't write you like any fine or if you don't have first aid kit. And most people don't. A company.
A company. To a company. Towarzyszyć. It was a thunderstorm. And what else? There is and wine accompany with something with some dishes accompany, yes. With
Yeah,
wine.
you can ask me what do you accompany your dishes with, what do you accompany your lunch with, I don't know, some.
Yeah, so company. Does a good humor accompany you?
No, it's a good
No.
humor. No.
No.
Humor.
No? Okay, so so what kind of
a good humor or a good joke accompanied with, what do you want to say? What did you want to say? Formulate it in
No, I
imperative.
will check it later if it's, yeah, if it's.
Because you can say it. It's good
Yes.
humor. For example, accompanied with, I don't know, something.
Accompanied, is it, it's
But
passive
not
voice.
does. Use is.
Okay, is let me stick it first here, accompanied.
Do some
Okay.
dishes taste better if accompanied by
Okay.
wine? Must children always be accompanied by
Yeah.
adults when crossing the streets?
So what?
During a thunderstorm. What's the
So
stroke?
what dish does taste better when is accompanied with wine?
With wine. Steak.
Steak?
Steak tastes better when accompanied by wine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, steak. Okay. Cease.
Sees. Oh my gosh, sees. It takes something firmly, yes,
Mm-hmm.
and rapidly, and sees. It was sees. Ah. And seize opportunity. Yes, it was in the first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And did you seize
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity to study in Poland?
Yes, I seized the opportunity to study in Poland. Okay. Mm-hmm. Permit. To permit.
To permit. Uh-huh. One moment. To permit. To permit. Oh, it's hard. To permit. To permit.
Can permit as allow.
As a law, yeah? No?
Not as allowed to do
Allowed,
something.
yes. Permit to do something, yes?
Mhm.
Permit. Do teachers at your university permit?
Teachers at your university. Use are. Teachers at your university.
No, do they permit you to go out?
Okay. Do teachers at your university?
City permit you to go out during the lesson?
Yes, teachers at my university do. Most of them do permit you, yeah, to go out during the lesson. Okay, estimation. Go down in somebody's estimation.
Okay, so what do people have to do to go down in your estimation?
People have to disappoint or to let me down for them to go down in my estimation.
Okay.
Last one, grant.
Grant. Is it possible for you to get any grants at university?
Yeah, it is possible for you to get grants at my university. Yeah, for research, projects, or for educational purposes, basically.
And dictation.
Yeah,
Yes.
dictation. So he sometimes loses his temper. He sometimes loses his temper when he can't undo a knot in his shoelaces. He sometimes loses his temper when he can't undo a knot in his shoelaces. Shoelaces. Parents don't usually diminish their children's achievements. Parents don't usually diminish their children's achievement. Their children's achievements. People sometimes exaggerate. People sometimes exaggerate their illnesses to get someone's sympathy. People sometimes exaggerate their illnesses to get someone's sympathy. Someone's sympathy. A person can easily get nasty bruises. A person can easily get nasty bruises. Nasty bruises if he's inexperienced. If he is inexperienced and goes snowboarding in high mountains. The atmosphere shields us from the sun rays. The atmosphere shields us from the sun rays. The sun rays. Is it easier to resist temptation or to yield to temptation? Is it easier? Is it easier to resist temptation? To resist temptation or to yield? Or to yield to temptation? Or to yield to temptation? Question mark. It's better to remove dust with a damp cloth. It's better to remove dust with a damp cloth as it sticks better to a damp cloth. It's better to remove dust with a damp cloth as it sticks better to a damp cloth. As it sticks better to a damp cloth. I know someone who bears a striking resemblance to a famous person. I know someone who bears a striking resemblance to a famous person. To a famous person. Famous person. Last sentence. You have to replace worn out tires. You have to replace worn out tires. Worn out. Worn out tires. Excellent. Sometimes those from all this is temporary one. You can't undo. And not. This is K.
Not K. Huh? Not knot.
I just don't see his shoe races. Okay, this is A, I guess. Parents don't usually diminish their children's achievements. Yeah, achieve. Most people sometimes exaggerate.
Cool.
Exaggerate illnesses, their illnesses, to get, I guess you forgot, to get someone's.
It was fast.
Yeah, someone's sympathy. Okay, sympathy. Okay, I forgot an H. T. Person can easily get nasty bruises if he is inexperienced and goes snowboarding in high mountains. The atmosphere shields us from the sun rays. It's easier to resist temptation or to yield. Is it easier? Is it easier to resist temptation, to yield to temptation? It's better to remove dust with a damp cloth as it sticks. Better to a damp cloth. Good. I know someone who bears a striking. It's one E. Striking resemblance to a famous person. You have. Okay, this is how, right? Replace worn out tires. Yeah.
Okay. Ta-da! And
Excellent.
that's all for today.
Yeah, that's all for
That's
today.
all. Bye. See you next time.